Hello and welcome. It is finally time to talk about what we're going to do with the Ghostbuster Firehouse and everything else that goes around it. Now, obviously, I can't escape it. The title. Are we going to do an 80s crossover display, which has more than one meaning? And do we get a Castle Grayskull? I'll get into that in a little bit. But no, Lego don't make one. But we will cover it, so don't panic. So first thing first, we need to think of the layout. We then also need to think of what sets get added with regards to that 80s theme. And then do we go into more of a crossover feel as well with pulling in other sets that Lego don't make. They're not knockoff sets. It's just that Lego have not got the license to these, but they would potentially work perfectly within this structure. Now, you need to get very, very creative within this upload because I need your help. Now, we're going to start up top on the roof and then we're going to work our way down and then we will speak about the Castle Grayskull right at the end and what other crossovers that will lead into. Now, 1980s something space guy. Does that ring a bell? Original Lego movie. Guess what I have just found? Because I am an absolute moron. I have just found this box on the floor. So it's from the original Lego movie. It's not been built. It's been opened, but it's not been built. All I did was pick out all of those minifigures. Now, I will do an unboxing and build video of this. But in my head, do we have this up on the roof, fighting or chasing a Star Wars spaceship on the X-Wing as well? So we had the TIE Fighter, the X-Wing, and this all up top. Do we put all of that in there? Because this is a throwback and a tribute to the 1980s Lego space. And because it is a little bit bigger than the other two bits and pieces, we could have them up slightly higher and we could potentially have people fighting underneath. Now, before I get carried away and explain everything else that's going on, we are designing a theme park. Okay, so first and foremost, this whole display over here is all theme park based. So we've got the Daily Bugle, we've got Jokeland at the back, that's then going to lead into the Big Blue roller coaster. We've got the Jurassic Park, which has the roller coaster beside it. We've got the horror section, which has the drop tower with it. We've got the street over there, which has the spinning wheel. We've got the food section. Then that leaves us a table and a half to play with. Two options with the display. This Ghostbuster Firehouse is a like-for-like replica of a ride that they have in Dubai Parks and Resorts. If you want to check out that video, you're more than welcome to. I might even add that one to the end of this, just so you can get an understanding of what it is. It's just a standalone building beside a Ghostbuster restaurant. You walk through the front door, you've got a massive queue line, and then it's just a laser shooter. So we have the opportunity of putting this somewhere on this table and a half, and then all we do is just create a load of theming, of 80s theming, so we can have all the stuff on the ceiling, all the stuff at the bottom, just create that massive atmosphere like you would do at any of the major theme parks, and that's nice and simple. So we can go completely custom on it, and then add in just a normal footpath where you're just walking around. That is option number one. Option number two is this is either the entrance to the queue, so we can have this anywhere on the table. We could even put this just here and then you can queue up, and then we put either a track around the table or we have just like a trackless system where we get maybe 3 to 5 identical vehicles that drive round the table, and then whatever we create is what they see. So we've got two options. We can either do it one way or the other, where we have that as a ride, all part of the queue line, or we have two rides over within this. We can either go footpath, where it'd be nice and easy because we can just have everything everywhere, or we do it, design it in mind where it is like a big trackless ride, because I can just tile it with a load of grey and brown and then just get a load of identical vehicles. So we've got options for that. The layout will depend, that can be done whenever, to be honest. We can just add them in wherever, but it does kind of make a difference on what we end up buying. But sticking up on the roof, do we think this would work up top and then we can have a load of the different characters on it? Do we then get the two Star Wars from the original film up on the top, and do we have them, because all I can do is just unscrew them ever so slightly, then just basically screw them to the ceiling. I could have this one pinned to the roof so it's not dangling down, and then the other two just dangling down either way, because don't forget it is just theming for this land. So does the 1980s something Lego space guy, obviously we all know he's called Benny. I have got the smaller vehicle set as well, where all of them have come in, and obviously now they are releasing all of the colors, so I could backtrack all of the colors and we could just have all the space people up top and just see what is what? Or do we try and add in a slightly different Lego based theme with regards to going up on the ceiling? Don't we bother? Do we just stick to Star Wars? Simple enough. Right, next thing. So this has all been brought around because of J Toy Collections UK. He's got a very, very good idea with regards to coming up with different bits and pieces, and he's very good at making you spend money. But his collection for his 6-inch action figures are insane. So this is what is now leading into what could be the next crossover. He hasn't been told this yet, by the way. Do we do a Lego comparison to the actual original toy on a certain line that would work within this crossover? Now, the crossover is He-Man. Now, Lego don't do it. It's a Mega Constructs thing. I have no idea on the quality of the bricks or anything like that, but Lego do not have the license to it, nor will I ever think they will get it at all. I think they only do 2 or 3 things at the moment. So as you are currently looking at the Castle Grayskull, you do a lot of vehicles as well. So you've got the Wind Raider, and then you've got some hero packs. You've then got add-ons to the castle as well. But they are currently all in a sale, so that's why if I'm going to do it, it might be worth doing it now. I don't know whether to get the big one, the small one. We will see. But if I got the actual Castle Grayskull, that could open up a few doors with regards to doing comparison videos up to the original toy. We can then do a comparison video to what the quality is like compared to a Lego set as well. And then it will make it a massive crossover with the actual theme park and land, because it is a different license being pulled in, and then we'll just have to wait and see. But that is the options that we have with regards to that, because we could potentially have a huge battle going on with the Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, all of the vehicles flying around, with the other 3 maybe up top. I can get some of the clear poles and everything. They can be just coming out of the actual buildings. We can add some laser effects, and they can be shooting at everything. So we've got loads of different options that we can do. And then obviously we've got the space, because potentially because I was originally going to do this on one table, and then we soon expanded that Marvel section to a superhero section, which is obviously now over there. So originally it was 1 table in the city, and then easily we've now gone to 2 tables with the Joker Manor, and then we've gone all the way across an 8 Kallax, which will be filled by the end of this year. So that's simple enough. Now, by the time I've built some of the bits and pieces for this, it will be well on into the year anyway. And we have been talking about paint and doing different stuff with the lights, or spotlighting, maybe even putting some spotlights up on the ceiling or backdrop, like whatever. So we can figure that out as we go. But space-wise, it was originally going to be a table. Then it's easily a table and a half. Potentially you could squeeze 2 tables if I was to move this. This got picked up and pulled out, and then went over into maybe the city side of it, because we have got a 32 by 32 base plate free. I can pull that over, and then that would leave 2 complete tables for a huge 80s display, because there's obviously other sets out available at the moment, because we could make it a crossover between games and 80s themed stuff, because there's the Super Mario sets that are out. Sonic, I do believe, are going to be releasing more sets, which is exciting for 2023, but I think Sonic was 1991, so we might not be able to get away with that with the purists, but we could just throw it in as a throwback thing anyway, so we could make it more of a throwback land than a smack on 1980s. But does it make sense? Would it be something that you'd like to see? Would you jump in on the ride? And have you got any ideas for what sets could be used with regards into this area? Because it could be very, very simple to do with regards to how we lay it out. And because the only thing is that I have said this previously, is that this set is absolutely enormous. Now, it got moved over multiple videos ago. It was where the diner is, and now we've got the corner garage in. So if you wanted to hunt that video down, do so. I am always moving stuff around, and then eventually once it's all in, it will all then be tiled. But this is a huge table. That's as far back as it can go. And we have basically, it eats into half a table, because it is a base plate and a half. So when you spin it round and then push it back to the back like so, so that is smack on, you have not got much table. Now this is a standard IKEA table, so it's a big table. And if you've obviously got this set, you know how much space and real estate this eats into. So if this got put onto that side, we would then have a huge full table for just a battle slash theme, a bit like what we've done over in the Jurassic Park, where we're going to be doing a really violent queue line for that, where we're going to get all of the new minifigures as staff, and they'll be coming in, and then we've got all the people at the front of the gate and so on and so forth. So we have got a lot of bits and pieces that we can do. Now, Prime. We could add Optimus Prime in, pick him up when he goes into a sale. He could be battling some bits and pieces as well. We've then obviously got the original Ecto 1 car that could just be parked up. They could either be running out of that, or the car could be on this side and the house could be at the front. So already we've got potentially, what, 3 spaceships, a load of He-Man stuff, so we'll class that as 1. We've got the big Ghostbuster Prime, so we've got 6, 7 different things that we can add in. Got most of them already with regards to the bigger stuff. The other stuff, like I said, is on a sale. Prime always jumps in and out of big sales as well, so that'd be a case of that will have to be picked up before it goes. The other, I guess, the main important thing to think of currently is, if this is just going to be theming for this table, what food do we add in? So is there any other thing that's out at the moment that we could get, like a food truck, or just something that we could theme into like an 80s type thing? Because if this table is just going to be like a trackless system where it's a ride, you won't have that, will you? We just basically create the land and just go for it. And because the easiest thing to do would probably just be a big trackless oval, all the way up, all the way back down again, all the bits and pieces go in the middle, or we can snake a trackless thing through and just split it up with a track. But we won't need to think about either smaller ride or a bit of food, or like a smaller Lego ideas set or something for it to go in there. Whereas if it's not, we will need to take that into consideration with regards to bringing the theme park bit all the way to the end. But I need your input, I need your ideas, I need you to cast your heads to what original 1980s Lego sets would work, and if we do that. Or are we happy with having Benny as a tribute to it up on the ceiling with the 2 Star Wars things? Again, it is a big ship though, by the looks of that, so it is a big one, so it'll take up some space. Maybe get him backlit, that'll ping up against the roof. All future ideas. Obviously, Ghostbuster Firehouse is in, that is a ride regardless, so that is absolutely fine. What space do we take up? What other sets do we add in? And where then do we basically go from there? Because like I've already gone through, you've got the superhero, then you've got Jurassic Park, you've got the city. Didn't mention the Miniland area, that's where that's going to be. There will be another upload for what we're going to do with any of this Harry Potter stuff. Not too sure whether just to sell all of it, or do we make a display and have that hidden away. But let me know in the comments below. It's a short, sweet video because I just need your input. You've seen some of the sets, just need to know what you think, what will work. Are you happy with me doing this? Would you like to see for yourself the Mega Construx stuff? Because obviously they do their own stuff that Lego's not going to get. It's not a knockoff thing where they've copied somebody else. It is just stuff that they already sell in the 6-inch line, which they then do building blocks for. That's basically what it is. But let us know in the comments below. Let us know how you feel. Never bought anything that is non-Lego based, so it'd be very, very interesting to see what the build quality of it. And I would never get it when it's full price, but it looks a really, really expensive sets. But they are very, very well priced at the moment for what it is, pence per brick. So that's not too bad. But guys, that is it. I am done. So let us know in the comments below. I want to know all your thoughts. Let me know absolutely everything. But guys, if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.